I'd like to share something with you guys. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was looking around. YouTube was feeding me videos in the algorithm, right? And I just saw a huge gap in understanding and knowledge about the bottom end. So there became my mission to bring this YouTube channel on and help all of us deal with our issues, right? But I had no idea I would get so much back from you guys, you know? The amount of learning, the amount of questions that you guys bring up and the issues and the technologies, really amazing. And so this topic today is one of those things. I mean, the mystery of why Westerners, the Western culture, is so attached to toilet paper. When COVID came around, you remember what happened, or if you're not from the US, you saw it on the news. People were lined up at these large depots of toilet paper products and were buying them up by the bushel, okay, like cratefuls of them. People had stacks super high in the shopping cart of 48 count, and we're talking about like 300 rolls of tissue paper when COVID came out, the whole pandemic. Everybody was supposed to stay in their homes. You're not allowed to shop anymore and all that stuff, right? Why? Why are Westerners so caught up with toilet paper? And this video is meant to answer that question. I can't wait to share this with you. Let's go. Hi there, I'm Dr. Chung, and I'm your friendly proctologist in Orange County, California. I'm so glad you decided to join today. Thank you for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Let's reach as many people with our issues as we can, and let's learn from each other. And if you've got a moment, check out the info in the description box about consultation with me, about helpful products and my sponsors, and their information is all below. So why are Westerners so stuck on this toilet paper product? I think first we can look at our own perspective on it, right? I'm a lifetime toilet paper user. My kids who are 5 and 7 have been bred on this stuff. And I think there's 3 main reasons as to why I use it. If I didn't list yours, go ahead and list it in the comments below and share it with all of us. But number 1, it is comfortable. That soft toilet paper, oh my gosh, I mean, come on, it feels really nice on your skin, kind of like putting on silk pajamas. Number 2, hygiene reasons. Of course, you want to get all that residue off your skin, right? Who wants irritation or itching because of that stuff? Number 3 is because, and I think it's the most important one, self-esteem. I don't want to be treated differently because I smell or people think I'm nasty and dirty, right? I want to be accepted by my peers. I don't want that shame and guilt and be made fun of because I'm nasty. I mean, how am I supposed to ever get a girlfriend or ever get friends, right? I mean, that is super, super tough. And I know many of you have personal stories just like mine as to why you use toilet paper. Let's talk about history. How did we as a collective Western mind get to this point to feeling this way about toilet paper? And the answer might really surprise you. Now I know so far this video has been all about toilet paper, but did you know that the benefits of a bidet can change your life? I want to make a special shout out to manybidets.com because these guys are truly people who care. And the way that I know is because of their customer service. And they have the same philosophy that I do, that we want to make you better. We want to listen to you and give you helpful information. And so what do? They talk to you. They want to make sure you're happy with your choice. They want to make sure the product is going to be compatible with your medical conditions. And of course, they have so many to choose from, such a wide variety of budgets, so they can find something that's just right for you. And I'm sure these guys will be more than happy to give you solutions that they don't even stock themselves. That's how genuine they are, and that's why I believe with them, and that's why we are allowing them into our circle. So definitely check out these guys at manybidets.com. I think you're going to be very surprised and pleased with your service. The earliest forms of toilet paper in documented history was by the Chinese in the 5th century. And this was intended to be used by the high elite social class, like the emperors. So this product, which was made from mulberry bark, from hemp, and also rags, was kind of blended together, made into a pulp, because you know they're the inventors of paper as well, right? So you know they're highly adept to this kind of material, cut out into sheets, and then they ornately designed these. They had perfumes on them. They had some intricate designs on this paper. Now, the emperors were not the only ones using toilet paper. It definitely carried down into the lower social classes, but the materials and the perfumes probably weren't as nice, or maybe didn't have any perfumes at all. Now, it's not like the entire Chinese civilization was using toilet paper, right? There's lots of different ways to clean yourself after doing a number two, but what was the rest of the world doing as well, right? We know in ancient Rome, Middle East, Hindus were using water to cleanse themselves. Other cultures, not so refined, maybe you can call it that, but maybe using plant material, leaves. Once paper and newspapers was invented, you were using like tearing pages out of books and stuff like that. People in America growing corn were using corn cobs, using old rags and washing them again, kind of like a diaper. And then, of course, there's people that don't use anything at all, right? Just lay it down on the ground, get up, and go on your own merry way. And yeah, things were kind of disgusting for a long time, right? The invention of modern plumbing and sewage system took a long time. And it wasn't until the germ theory came about that we really seriously took a look at how bacteria and pathogens were being spread around and communicated amongst individuals. So now we're going to skip along in history to the year 1857. A gentleman named BIDET is credited with making the first modern toilet paper. These were individual sheets all packaged together, and the fabric was made from hemp and only contained aloe vera. The thought is that it was not sold well because it was marketed as a medical product only. And primarily for what condition? For hemorrhoids. No wonder, right? But it's too bad that it didn't really make it to the common marketplace where normal everyday people could use it. And so, unfortunately, this product did really bad in the marketplace. Not too long afterwards, the Scott brothers, yes, the same guys who make Scott paper products today, took the spotlight. They took BIDET's product and made several refinements, which really ultimately led to their success in 1879. These guys are based out of Philadelphia, and there are 4 items that they accomplished in order to make their product a huge success. The first thing that they did is brand the product to be very discreet. If you think about our culture today, we're quite liberal and we talk about anything and everything, right? No holds barred, no shame anywhere. But think about the old times, right? These guys are ultra conservative, and there's no way you're gonna find anyone on a billboard advertising toilet paper or talking about your derriere. No way.
No way.
The number 2 thing they did is revolutionize the toilet paper from individual sheets to the toilet paper roll, right? Going from a rectangle to a circle, which never seems to end and dispenses itself, is completely brilliant. And they marketed it so well that it was able to become a permanent fixture in the bathroom as it is today. The next thing Scott had on their list was to make sure their product was of high quality. You know, there were other competitors on the marketplace making toilet paper as well. So Scott felt like they had to differentiate themselves by creating an advertisement. There aren't any splinters in our toilet paper. Can you believe that? Can you imagine wiping yourself with a competitor toilet paper, didn't process their materials fine enough, getting splinters of plant material, getting stuck in your skin, getting wounds, which we're supposed to be prevented in the first place from using toilet paper. Unbelievable. The last item on the list, which is probably the most important and influential, is their marketing. And this marketing turned into a cultural revolution, in my opinion. What was the message? The message is toilet paper is necessary for sanitation and personal hygiene. Let that sink in a little bit, okay? What did we talk about in the beginning of this video? Our own perspectives on this toilet paper product. And it really falls in that line, doesn't it? And that is something that's very interesting about our society, is marketing can have such a great impact, can it? And that's when I also understood that that's the reason why we're so hooked on this stuff. It feeds into our core. It feeds into our psyche as human beings, that need to belong, that need community. We need to fall in line, we need to be conformed, and we also don't want the negatives like shame and embarrassment, especially when it comes to the derriere. Now, isn't it incredible how long this programming has been able to be ingrained in our society? I mean, hygiene was not a new thing, okay? People have been looking at hygiene for a very long time. But why should we use toilet paper, right? Why can't we use other methods for hygiene? And that is so interesting how I've, been brainwashed as a kid, not really looking at the issue and examining it in the small little details, not wondering why I think this way. And I'm sure you can relate as well. And I think another big part of their marketing was differentiating the Westerners from the rest of the world. We want to always be better than everybody else, right? We're becoming more industrialized. Money is coming in. We are becoming wealthy, more educated. And I think the businessmen and women were taking advantage of that, right? The rest of the world is dirty. They don't even have indoor plumbing or toilet paper rolls. We do. And look at history. What we just talked about, the ancient Chinese, and probably when the first products of toilet paper came out, they were probably more expensive than just tearing out a page in your magazine or your book, right? And using that. They were for the higher class. They were ornate. They were perfumed. They were medicated. And another aspect to all of this is there's an inner sense of power and wealth when you can just use something once and throw it in the trash, right? The unsustainability aspect of it is really something psychologically we have been bred to believe, right? We order 16 things on Amazon, and instead of waiting to fill up one cart, we order it every day, right? One thing every day so we get 16 boxes instead of maybe 2 big ones. I'm guilty of this stuff as well, but really I think it all plays into our culture and how we've been bred to live in this civilization. So after doing all this research, I have now been unbrainwashed. I feel like I've been freed because I use way less toilet paper than I do now, and I'm way cleaner because of the bidet. The sustainability is there. The responsibility is there. And also, I feel like I don't have to buy another product. I mean, I already pay for my plumbing and water. Why don't I just use that to clean myself, which is also even healthier for the skin of my anus and my hemorrhoids. So I'm really interested to know what you guys are thinking of as well. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comment below. And of course, I want to give a shout out to manybidets.com. They have been a great sponsor for this year and have benefited my life immensely, because who knew that a water spray could be 1,000,000 times better overall for your life than toilet paper. I no longer have that itching sensation when I get loose stools because of wiping so much, right? I'll go like 5 times a day with diarrhea, and then I'm wiping about 4 times each. That's like 20 wipes, no more. That's ridiculous. And the guys at Many Bidets know about that. They were extremely helpful from the customer service side, taking my phone call with a real human from the United States, okay, who can look at your toilet bowl to make sure you get a good fit, who can listen to your concerns to make you match with the perfect product. That's why I chose to work with them. They chose to also work with me because we are genuinely interested in helping you. So check them out at manybidets.com. Thank you so much. See ya. Bye.